Hello everyone, welcome back to PPC Roundtable. Today we are going to cover a free specialized brand insight from Amazon Ads India that helps sellers monitor brand performance, analyze advertising impact over competitors, and identify category benchmark. Today we are going to talk about Amazon Pie. So Sandeep ji, what exciting are we going to talk today?
Yes, Amit. So Amazon Pie as a tool is a very advantage tool when it is being given to a brand or a seller, because Amazon Pie is unlike other tools that Amazon offers, such as Seller Central or Brand Analytics, is not given to each and every seller. Amazon Pie is only given to a top percentile of the brands or sellers in that category. So Amazon, it's not even open for everybody. There are certain criterias which are mostly around the ad spend. So those who are, let's say, top 10 percentage of their category in terms of ad spend, it's given to those sellers, and it offers a lot of insights. It's very valuable tool where the insights can be really helpful. So in this call, I think we'll not be able to cover the complete tutorial of Amazon Pie. Maybe if it is something that people want to see, they can comment and let us know if it is something that we should do. In today's call, I think in today's video, what we will be covering is the 4 stages. So we'll pick one specific item from each stage of a customer journey, starting from awareness to consideration to purchase to loyalty, because Amazon Pie covers this funnel and gives us our data, where we can compare ourselves with the category, with the competition, with maybe rank one brand as well. So that is what we'll be looking at.
Great. So let's do one thing. Let's go straight into the screen. And I think it divides the reports in funnel stages, right? So let's go inside and try to identify few reports from each stage of the funnel and try to bifurcate what are inside that report and how it can help brands who are watching this video.
All right. To access Amazon Pie, if you have been granted that access, because Amazon has to give you access from the backend, the link is pie.amazon.in. So this is the link that you click on. If you have access, by default, it will let you in because you already have the access. And once you come, you have a home page of brand summary. So this is what a brand summary tab is, where all the 4 funnel of the brand comparison of ours with a previous duration, could be a month or a previous year, is captured here. And then there are all the stages of the funnel, starting from awareness to consideration to purchase to loyalty. Now, in today's video, we are going to touch upon first just the brand summary briefly. So whatever brand you are running it for, you'll see that brand option here. And then the category, you may choose between the available categories that you are selling in. By default, I have selected a category. And then you have a benchmark duration in a brand summary, where you can do it based on competitor average over your past year or your past month itself. So for example, if I choose competitor average here, the graph that I will see for all these 4 stages is with respect to my competition on a monthly duration. For example, if you see awareness, now in awareness, what I have is the indexed brand recall. So here, when I say indexed, Amazon is always going to benchmark our value to a number which is not an absolute number but an index number. So for example, in this case, we can see month on month for last 12 months, the benchmarking has been done, where we can see that ours is benchmarked at 100. So orange color that you see, February 2025, about a year ago, the benchmark indexed number was 100 and our competition was 1000. So for example, if actually my recall was a certain X, then my competition was 10X. So this is basically the competition average. I'm not talking about category average. I'm talking about competitors average. So Amazon in Pie chooses sometimes 10 to 20 relevant competitors, and based on those, it benchmarks us. So here we can see that our index recall was 100 and our competition was 1000. And as the duration changes, you can see our value being changed. For example, if I see the latest, which is February 2026, you can see our indexed number from 100 has come to 132. That means if I look at for last 12 months, we have grown by 32%. And our competition has grown by 30% because 1K has come to 1.3K. So this is basically the brand recall. Similarly, we can look at share of voice. Share of voice is the visibility basically. And we can again start from February 2025. And you can see if our visibility was 0.1%, accordingly it changes and it's showing me whether I am growing and if my competition is growing as well. So that's how this data is visible, where we have a consideration. We can look at total index GV, which is glance view, which is the page views, and then the ad driven as well. In the purchase, I am going to look at the units sold, and in the loyalty, I'm going to look at the customers, repeat or new customers. So that's how the funnel is divided between 4 different situations. Um, I think it will be better if I jump onto the awareness and pick one specific important aspect of that particular section to review. And then we can see if we need to dig deeper and cover most of these things based on what people are going to ask us in the comments. So in awareness, we have search performance. Now in search performance, first option is to select the category. Now I'm going to select one category, and I would recommend if you have access to Amazon Pie, select one category at a time so that you get a clear picture instead of selecting bunch of categories all at once. Then the duration, I would prefer to do it on a monthly basis. And by default, it is giving me November, December, January, February. So 4 months. We can pick a longer duration as well. But for now, I'm taking what a monthly brief duration that Amazon is giving me. Now, in this, I can look at the data the way I want. So first is a category search trends and brand recall. Then we have a search advertising share of voice. In this, we have search advertising performance benchmark. Now, I'm skipping everything else because this is the most important aspect that I think in this search performance tab we have. So what is this search advertising performance benchmark? Benchmark is basically against ours with respect to our competition, and then the generic, and then the keywords. So this benchmarking is basically at a keyword level where we can look at the 4 aspects of it on a different duration. So if I scroll towards the left, you will see I have November, December, January, and February. Now I can look at important values, for example, important as CPC. Now I can look at and understand that generic CPC is 19.37 for me. And if I download this report, it will give me the information about the rank 1 brand as well as the competitors and category as well. So let me quickly download this report and show you. So once you click on download, it will ask you to view download center. In download center, you can come and refresh if it is not downloaded. So for example, it's showing me processing. So once the report is run successfully, you will see ready and a download button. Once you click on download, you can open the report. And this is the report that we have. Now here, you will get a lot of data. Let me help you understand it. Since I have taken it for a bunch of months, we have that data. So instead of looking at all the months, let's look at the recent month, which is the February month. Now, in a particular month, what you will see is the category, which is the subcategory you have selected, and then the data set in terms of your brand, rank 1 brand, and category benchmark. This is very important for us to look at. Now, then I have a keyword type. In keyword type, we have branded, generic, competition, and all keywords. So these are the 4 keywords that we will have this information against. For example, if you want to read this better, what I typically do is I focus on generic keywords. You can look at all the other keywords as well. But I think for now, I'll be specific to generic keywords. I'm going to color code it so that I can then apply a filter on it and then look at that data. So for example, now I want to just focus on this blue, which is the generic keyword for my brand, for rank one brand, and for category benchmark. For example, all of these information that I have for rank one brand, I might change the color to something else so that it's much easier for me to look at. And then another color being applied here. So I have um, a set of colors, maybe a bit light color so that it's easier for us to look at. Yeah. So let me zoom this a bit so that it is now clearly visible to you. Now, let's pay attention to this data where what we have is in terms of my brand, what is the CPC that I have for the month of February. So I am operating at a CPC of 19 rupees. Yeah. So that is my CPC. Let me. All right. So if you see this data now, what I have is 19 rupees CPC is what I am operating at for generic keyword. Now, rank one brand in the category is operating at a 42 rupees CPC. And then the category benchmark is 19 rupee. So I am closer to the category benchmark. That is, whatever the category CPC is, I am somewhere around that. Actually, a bit under than that. And rank one brand is quite aggressive than the category. And possibly that is the reason that they are rank one brand. So that is one aspect of it to look at data. So if I wanted to be aggressive, then I know that yes, I am possibly I'm around category, and if I push myself and be a bit aggressive with respect to my CPC, I could maybe increase by 10, 20, 30, 50% based on whatever goals I as a brand have. So that is basically the CPC benchmark. Similarly, we can look at the conversion. So you can see our conversion is less than rank one as well as the category. So category and the rank one brand have a better conversion than us, whereas we stand at 9.73, category is almost at 12, and the rank one brand is 14.71. Similarly, click-through rate. So click-through rate, if you see, our CTR is 2.42, which is better than the category. So we are, surpassing the category as well as the rank one brand from a CPC perspective. And then the ACOS category is doing much better. Rank one brand ACOS in the February was 72% for generic keywords, and for us it was 66% as a brand. So that is how you look at this data, and then you decide if you want to be aggressive, you want to slow down, because now you know the actual number of the category and you can plan as per the category and as per a rank one brand as well. So that is what we have for generic, and same analysis can be done for a branded keywords, competition keywords, and then we have a all keywords in option as well. So just to keep it specific, I think in search, in the awareness stage, this is the most important report that I feel. There are other reports as well. And in this, we have a generic for the last month is what I recommend, our brands, our team to look at. So moving back to Amazon Pie. So moving to the second stage, which is the consideration. In consideration, we have glance view report. So we go to glance view, and then we have the option of choosing the category. Now here again, I'm going to select a single category. If you are into multiple categories, please do notice that on the left side as well, under the brand, you have the option of choosing the category. But in our case, we are only into two categories, so we don't have to worry much. But if you are selling bunch of products in different categories, then you'll have to first select here and then come subcategory here. So I've chosen the subcategory. Again, the duration is monthly. And here I have a bunch of data points that I can look at, which will give me clarity. So the most important data point here I see is the total indexed glance views. All right. So what is total index glance views? So first, glance views, as we understand, is a page view. Then indexed means for whichever the first month we choose, Amazon is going to give us a index number as 100. So your brand, you can see it has been given as 100 for November 25, and corresponding to our value, the competitors rank 1, 2, 3 numbers have been adjusted. Okay, so the actual number Amazon is not sharing it. That way we'll be able to know, what the actual numbers are. So Amazon doesn't give us the actual numbers. Instead, Amazon does the index numbers, and then we calculate and we try to understand, proportionately where we are and where our competition is. So This is indexed glance views and this is total index glance views. That means the total page views that you have had. So if you see in month of November 25, we were 100 as an index number and you can see competitor average was higher than us. Rank 1 brand was higher than us. Rank 2, rank 3, all of them were higher than us in terms of GVs or page views or views. Okay. Now, if I move this to next month, you can see my number has changed from 100 to 128. That means I've grown by 28% uh, in December as compared to November. And then, other numbers are changing accordingly. They may be growing or degrowing depending on, for example, here you can see rank 2 is 228. And the moment I go to next month, rank 2 is 201. So that means the rank 2 has dropped. Then next month, you can see I have further grown from 128 to 159 in the month of January. So that way you can look at our information. And then finally, if I move it to the last month, we dropped from Jan month. So we have come to 120 as an index number. And then you can see the drop in competitors number as well. You can see drop in rank 1 number as well. All of those have dropped, not just us in the month of February. So that's how we look at this data. And if I uncheck any of this, where I just want to focus on rank 1 and the competitor average, then I can do that as well. So this is the most important section in consideration that I feel from a analysis, from a data perspective that we have. And then you also have a ad driven GVs, but there you don't get any comparison. You only get for yourself, and then more data is there. But for this video, for this scope, we'll limit it to just this. Moving on to the next, which is purchase as the third stage of the funnel. So here we have bunch of data points. All of them are important, but customer profile is I feel the most important. So I'm gonna switch to that, move to that. Again, you need to select the categories. One category, basically one subcategory at a time, and then the duration. By default, it is the same duration. Now here we get a lot of information about our customer. Age distribution. So with this, we can understand who is our target customer avatar. For example, you can see 35 to 44. Okay. 31% of shoppers, 25 to 34, 27% of the shoppers. That means roughly 58% of my shoppers are between 25 to 44. So this 20 years of duration is where most of my customer avatar is. And this tells me that any content I'm going to create, any messaging I want to do for my customer, I would keep this thing in my mind that the model has to be somewhere in their 30s or early 40s, because that's what most of my customers are. This is the insight that we need to look at while we look at this age data. And then also we can look at that male are more. 50% of male are using this. So maybe I can have a combo of a male and female in my images, because female is also not behind. They are closely catching up. So someone in there maybe 40s or late 30s in women, and early 40s maybe as a men. Both of them in my messaging on my all the ads, all my listing content is what I would suggest brands to follow based on this data. Then we have basically the spend. This is not much important. I'll move to the next one, which is important. Then we have the cities. So you can see Bengaluru has most customers for us. About 10% of our customers are from Bengaluru who are purchasing from us, and then Hyderabad, then Chennai. So you can see South India has a lot more, city level penetration than other places. So this gives me also the idea in terms of where my inventory should be. Maybe I'd like to have a warehouse in Bengaluru as well as Hyderabad and Chennai, because these are my top 3 cities. And then we have a growth and degrowth as well, where we can look at. For example, you see here Chennai in terms of growth. So significant growth in this duration in Chennai for me. So maybe this is another signal for me to focus on Tamil Nadu as a state in order to keep my inventory there. And then there is more information here, but I think most important is to understand where my customer is from and who my customer avatar is. So that is the purchase funnel. Finally, one of the most important for a consumable brand, for a FMCG brand, is loyalty. So loyalty is something which is very important. There are a lot of information here. The most important of them is new/repeat customer insights, because this is going to give us clarity in terms of our repeat as well as NTV. So what I do, I select my subcategory again, which I want to choose. Then I have a toggle button between new and repeat. We can look at both. Then we have a definition of a new customer, which by default is 6 months. I can choose 12-month, 18-month, 24-month, but I'll keep it 6 months for now. Then we have duration. So now this duration, I want to do it monthly. And again, those 4 months, I'd like to pick up. Now, here you can see we have our total customers and then the competitor average we can look at. So if I see this data, what I have is competitor average and mine. Again, this is an indexed value. You can see your brand total index customer 100. So if in November 25, I had 100 customers, the competitor's average was almost 2000, 1982. Now, competitor average is not category average. Competitor average is few selected competitors based on my brand. So possibly they are the top performers in the category. So Amazon has chosen and has given me that information in terms of total customers. Now, as I move, I can see my number has improved, but the competitors' number dropped because I have come from 100 to 111, but competitors dropped almost from 2000 to 1500. And then in the next month, I grew further. The competition is stagnant. And then in the next month, I have dropped as well as the competition has dropped. So that's how I can compare. Now, this is the total customers. The moment I switch between new to brand percentage. So there you can see my brand, new to brand customers are 70%, whereas the competitors have 67%. Now, it could be plus or a minus. It can be a positive or negative both. So if you have more new to brand, which is good, that new people come and explore you, but that also means your repeat purchase could be could not be that what you want it to be. So there has to be a sweet balance that you have to identify between new and repeat, which based on your experience, the time you spend, you'll be able to understand. But if you come back to this report and look at our NTV is 70%, then it has gone to 72%, then it has gone to 74%, and then it has dropped to again 71%. So this is the new to brand as compared to my competitors average. And I can always look at rank 1 as well. So if I check the same information with rank 1, you can see rank 1 has 63.67% of new to brand. That means roughly 36-37% of their shoppers in November were repeat. So they have a better repeat than us as a brand. And we can then look at this duration and see whether their repeat is growing or new to brand. So we can clearly see that their repeat is growing and our new to brand is stagnant. And the moment I toggle between this switch, which is now I want to look at data between repeat, I can look at percentage of repeat with rank 1 brand again. So as we looked at 36%, we just discussed a few moments ago. So same information is here, and I can also look at category average. So if I want to look at my category repeat, so my category repeat is a bit lesser than mine, whereas mine is more than the category. So that way we can look at this data and understand more about our repeat, our new to brand, and find that sweet spot that we want to have. And then we have a bit more data, but I think the most important aspect of it is something that is here at the top, which between a lot of these options, one can switch and understand this data better. So that is pretty much in one particular report from all the 4 stages of Amazon Pie, starting from awareness to consideration to purchase to loyalty. But there is a hell lot of data which is very important. All of these reports are very important for a brand to look at. We here at Rigo Media get access to Amazon Pie for our brands, and then dig deep into it, go over all of these individual sections, take insights out of it, do a lot of analysis out of it, and then formulate strategies based on the data that we see, not just in Seller Central or in their AMS, but as in their Amazon Pie as well. And then we have a strategy in place. It could be something very useful like category benchmarks like we initially saw, CPC. Now, if I'm able to look at my CPC and compare it with my competition or category, and then my number one brand as well in the category, it tells me that whether I'm way too aggressive or I am very, slow with my CPC and not much aggressive. So, or maybe CTR or CVR or ACOS. So, these are all information which otherwise you'll not be able to get. Only Amazon Pie can help you. So, we use it pretty much. If you want us to dig deeper, maybe we could do just awareness module for you and cover that in one video, and then the consideration whole of it, and so forth. You can let us know. You can put down your comments and let us know if it is something that you want us to do it, and we'd be happy to go over.
I think also we can structure the DSP strategy by looking at the geographical data as well, because we can identify, like for this particular brand, we identified that southern cities have much more traffic, right? And we can basically go and geo-target those specific regions at DSP and create DSP strategies. And also it is very important for the audience who are watching to understand that at which stage this particular data is going to help you, because the brand that we are showing you right now, it is in personal care, doing roughly around 1 CR a month and with a really good one single digit tacos. But obviously the higher revenue, higher monthly orders you're doing, the more data points you have to analyze. And if you are a brand who is already doing a certain amount, more than 50, 60 lakhs a month, then I think this is something that you should dig deep into this. And also, if you want us to create specific videos, maybe part 1, part 2, part 3, awareness, consideration, purchase royalty, and go deeper into all the reports on each stages, maybe you can comment down below Regrow Media, and we'll make sure to listen to your comment and put those videos separately. So anything else, Mr. Deep, do you want to put light on?
Now, I think it's a big tool, huge tool, lot of data, a lot of insights. Very difficult to cover it in 1 20 30 minutes video. It needs a whole tutorial, at least an hour to go over all of it. But I think whatever we have touched upon, if just those areas, anyone who has access to Amazon Pie spends time, picks it up, understands it, and then implements in their business, I think they'll be able to see significant difference in their business in a few weeks or months with this data that is a gold which is not available to everyone.
Yeah, I think that was it about today's episode of PPC Roundtable. Now we'll make sure to listen to your comments. Whatever you have questions about Amazon ads, DSP, or Regrow Media itself, make sure you put them down in comment section and we'll answer it ourselves. And if there is any specific topic you want us to go deeper into and explain in a way that we are doing in PPC Roundtable, make sure you let us know in the comment section. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. We'll see you again in next episode of PPC Roundtable.